everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is October 11th, 2024, and if you've been watching the market, you know things are really starting to heat up. We're in the middle of some major movements right now, so let's break down what's happening and what we can expect as we move further into the month. First, let's talk about the S&P 500. As of today, we're seeing it continue to hover around that 4,500 mark. After a shaky September, investors are now starting to show some confidence, but we're not completely out of the woods yet. Inflation remains a hot topic, especially with the recent jobs report indicating stronger than expected hiring. That's got everyone wondering if the Fed will stay hawkish in its next meeting. Now, the big question for the market right now is how much of that Fed policy has already been priced in. If they keep rates higher for longer, we're likely going to see some pressure on tech stocks. But for now, the big players like Apple and Microsoft are holding their ground. Watch for any dips in those sectors, as long-term investors might see some buying opportunities. Next up, let's talk about the Dow Jones. It's been steadily climbing, closing in on 34,000 again. But here's where things get interesting. The industrial sector is actually driving this rise. Companies like Boeing and Caterpillar have had solid Q3 earnings reports, and the outlook is pretty strong going into Q4. So if you're looking for stability, industrials are showing a lot of promise. On the other hand, we can't ignore what's going on in the energy sector. Oil prices have been incredibly volatile, especially with the ongoing geopolitical issues in the Middle East. Brent crude is flirting with that $90 mark again, and that could have ripple effects across various industries. Higher energy prices could weigh on consumer spending, so keep an eye on how that affects retailers as we approach the holiday season. Now, if you're into more speculative plays, the tech sector is always exciting, but let's talk about AI stocks for a second. Even though there's been a lot of hype, we're seeing some cooling off after the big summer rallies. Companies like NVIDIA are still at the forefront, but investors are becoming more cautious about valuations. If you're holding long-term, patience is key, but if you're looking to make short-term gains, timing is going to be everything here. Before I wrap things up, let's take a quick look at the international markets. The European markets have been surprisingly resilient, especially given the economic slowdown fears. However, China continues to be a wild card. Their ongoing property market issues are a big concern, and that could spill over into global markets, so don't be surprised if we see some volatility in the coming weeks. So, where does all this leave us as we head further into October? Right now, it's all about balancing risk and reward. The stock market is in a bit of a wait-and-see mode, but there are opportunities out there if you know where to look. Focus on sectors with solid earnings and strong fundamentals, and as always, stay tuned to the data. With inflation still in play and interest rate uncertainty looming, the next few weeks could get interesting. That's it for today's update. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any upcoming market analysis. Drop a comment below if you're bullish or bearish on the current market trends, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay smart and happy investing.